Welcome to Anime Unraveled. I'm Rex Paget.
I'm Daniel Peppers.
And I am
Yep.
Rex Paget.
I was waiting.
But no, did you see the way I faded this down? It was like I was flipping you off the whole
Yeah.
time. I noticed I used my middle finger.
That's why I was paying attention to that. So I was like, I don't want to be Daniel Peppers. He was mean to me.
Yeah, you don't want to be me.
No, I don't even want to be me.
Fair.
Clearly,
I mean,
Fucking.
it's fun. You want to know what the heat index every day this week was?
Are you saying fellas? It's been a week.
fellas.
Fellas, it's always been a week at my lovely place of employment.
Yeah.
It was heat index almost every day over 108
Degrees?
Yes.
Fahrenheit?
Yes.
Gross.
Yeah, that's not great.
Hey, don't recommend.
Hey, the back of the truck, I ended up getting one of those thermometers, 140 degrees.
140.
Dude,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
pretty sure that's like human endangerment.
Yeah, so this is why I brought this up. So I walk into one of my dental offices to deliver. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? And I look up at the TV, and it gives a range of temperatures. 135 plus. It says extremely dangerous, limit activity to only a few minutes. And I looked at them, and I said, that's my whole day.
I have a 10-hour day today. Cool. Cool. I'm in danger. Well,
Jeez.
that's a bummer, buddy.
Well, while you were doing that, I had the great experience of jury duty.
Yay!
Which I'm not sure if you boys have had.
So my dad also got jury duty, right?
Oh,
So here's what's hilarious.
Okay.
yeah.
So he goes, and they asked him questions. My dad went there. He was wearing a beer T-shirt, some gym shorts, and flip-flops.
The things they tell you not to
Yeah,
do.
he did not want to be picked.
Yeah.
Genius.
At all.
Yeah.
He said that he tried to make himself seem as crazy as possible and
Yep.
as unpickable as possible.
I had a moment of that.
Here's the best part. They picked him for the jury.
Of course I did.
What?
Yeah. Like, everyone in the jury is like, we did not think you would get picked. And my dad looked at all of them and said, I tried.
But they wanted it
They
more.
pulled me back in.
Yeah, they got me again.
So he's been miserable.
I've never had jury duty, Rex, so
So,
I don't know what it's about.
My experience of it, I quickly just compared it to like Hunter x Hunter in my brain because they gave you like little tags with numbers on them. And mine was like 317, but I saw someone with all the way up to 405, which means they wasted 405 people's weeks. And I was just like, wow, government, and you're paying us $25 a day? Oh, goodness.
Rex's
Golly.
conspiracy corner.
Dude, I was hot about it. Like,
I bet.
Yeah.
the thing that made me even more mad was they're like, oh, we're gonna have lunch break now, which there's no food that's like super close to the courthouse that isn't like pretty expensive.
Sure. A Longhorn Steakhouse.
No, it's all like downtown, like locally owned businesses.
Oh,
So
I gotcha.
like I'm sure they're good, but I don't want to spend a bunch of money since I'm making $25 a day.
Yeah, fair. I'm
And,
surprised they don't give you like per diem
Well, what's
to
funny
like
is
go to lunch.
You would think.
with our job,
Yeah.
if they tell you surrender the money the state pays you, and they pay you your full 8-hour day.
Well, I'd have to give them $75.
He doesn't have the ability to do that.
I don't
though.
currently.
Yeah.
So
But so they give us hour and a half to 2 hours, and I end up just sitting back down and starting reading One Piece. In which a lady walks in and she's like, "Oh, did you not realize it's a lunch break?" And I was like, "Oh no, I did. It's just you can't really buy much when you're making $25 a day." And she looked at me and was just like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'd be much better not here."
If I was not here,
And
boy.
like literally every conversation I had was like the most like
I
pointed,
don't
like,
want to be here.
literally like get me out of this building. But
you let it be known.
no, it's like so jury duty is like the worst version of the Hunter exam because not only do they send you a letter in the mail about how to get there,
Yep.
they have a map on it and everything. And when you get there, it's not fun activities of trying to survive. It's fun activities to not try to kill yourself from boredom.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
And then the best part is, right? So they sit there, and it's usually like the person trying to figure out, like that's screening the panel for the jury, and they're like, "Does anyone believe?" Like sometimes they'll
Oh
ask.
no, they don't. They don't even do that anymore.
They don't.
No. So the way they do it now, because I guess they learned that.
Because the last time I got jury duty, it was like they would ask
When
questions,
was
and you
that?
would just raise. I mean, it was like 5 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
You would just raise your hand if you like. They were like yes or no questions. It was like, do you trust officers of the
Yeah,
law?
they still ask all these questions, but they do it differently.
Like raise your right hand for yes, left hand for no. So
I gotcha.
obviously you raise your left hand.
Yeah. Trying to get out of there.
Yep. Stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. No, they do a online survey that you have to complete like a few days ahead of when you're supposed to go into jury duty now. In which, yeah, I also said, no, I don't trust police officers.
I would have
I
made
mean,
myself.
You could have just been like this. Listen, I have a podcast called Anime Unraveled. Just listen to it.
Yeah, you'll
You
know.
go Rex's conspiracy
corner.
when you
Yeah.
hear the two other guys.
Say
go,
Rex's conspiracy corner. You'll know
Yeah, you'll
what
know.
the fuck he's about. It's not the government.
It's not.
Him and Oda,
Oh.
very similar
Yeah.
tastes.
One of the other people overheard me when I was like, yeah, I'm making $25 a day. I can't really afford to go eat out.
Yeah.
They're like, well, this is your civic duty. I was like, what has my government done for anyone lately other than launder money through Ukraine?
Brother, they really were trapped in there with him.
Oh, yes.
Like-
and then they both,
like they were trapped
both,
in there
looked
with
at
him.
each other like they were like thinking they were about to get murdered. I was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm just tired of
Maybe.
this shit.
hey,
No, I mean,
who knows? I can't say. You know what I mean?
flip a coin.
Hey,
I'm not locked in here with you.
You're locked in here with me.
I did have you meet some crazy people with jury duty. I
Yeah.
had some guy come up to me and the conversations that he wanted to have, I was like, dude, do you know it's 2023?
He was still living back in the day.
He was living in about 2007. I was
I've
like,
made the
boy.
decision, right?
Uh-huh.
If I get summoned for jury duty again, I'm going in pajama pants and a tank top.
I feel like that's like
I think that's like asking to get picked
Yeah,
now
yeah.
though, because
Yeah, but at that point, I get out of work for an extended period of time.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
gets
no,
to do the whole thing
dude.
where he can surrender the
Yeah.
$75
yeah,
and make.
but you get out of the work either way. Like, even though I didn't get picked for a single case, I was still stuck there for 3 days,
Yeah.
like 3 full days.
Yeah, but the thing is that if I got picked for a case, then I'm out of work for who knows, however long that trial is. Honestly, I'd want
Most
to be
of the
picked
trials
for
are
a
quick.
murder trial.
Really?
Yeah, I would want to be on the jury for a murder trial. That'd be pretty dope.
I feel like that's too much responsibility.
It depends on how much evidence they got.
Fair.
I mean, you look at it this way, right? Where we live, there's nothing that goes on. Well, there is, but we don't get to see it. There's no exciting things. It's a change of pace, change of scenery. Now I'm in a courtroom, which granted, my ADHD having ass
Oh,
is
yeah,
gonna be
dude.
sitting there like,
Oh,
let
that's
me out. Well, then
I
they're
couldn't
gonna be
sit
showing
still.
me some grotesque things. I'm gonna be like, okay, I could stay for a while.
Oh, you're one of them.
no.
Yeah,
Do you like murder programs?
not really.
Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Like-
I do know exactly
like-
what
I
you're
was gonna
talking
say, I
about.
know
Yeah.
you know.
Of
'cause
course I
Like
know.
criminal documentaries.
I know who you're
and stuff.
marrying,
Yes.
and I see the Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? We walked out of here the other day to record, and her and Sarah were watching something.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was-
It's always some crime.
Dude, I can't do it, man. I don't know. Like, I just don't understand. But I've also never been like a police procedural guy.
I think it's just that it really shows that humanity is hot garbage.
I know that though.
Well,
yeah, but I like it. I like it being reinforced.
I don't know. I did see something that pissed me off like pretty hard though, which was a guy was arrested in California. He went to prison for 16 years, and then they realized, hey, he didn't even commit the crime, just was in the wrong place. And so they usually like back pay the person a bit.
Right.
It's nothing severe.
No, you want to know how much they gave him for 16 years of his life?
A McChicken and a hug.
Of $600,000.
For how many years?
16 years.
So what is that? A year? That's less than 60. So you're making 42 grand a year?
Yeah, and that also, no one's going to want to hire him.
No, he's done.
Yeah, so
Well,
he
that's not exactly
no,
true.
he's kind of done.
yeah, he's
because
kind of done.
The prison system, it's not like it's up to date with today's society.
That's
So he comes out, he's still 16 years in the past.
Yeah,
So
that's
he's still
true.
back in, 2000 and what would 16 years ago be? 2007?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm no mathematician.
So he's still
Yes.
back in 2007.
Thank you, Rex. Yes, it is.
The Razor flip phone was
Yeah.
fucking extraordinary.
Hey, it's coming back.
It is.
It's
Is
coming
it?
back. I don't know.
Well, they do have the
The foldable.
the foldable phones, which I
The
just
Z
don't
Fold.
trust.
No.
Nah.
Let's be real.
I'm ready.
But
I'm
yeah,
ready.
Like,
Like the big
Clamshell?
screen would be
Yeah.
nice, but
You flip it out and you're like, I got an iPad. Think of the manga. I mean, there's going to be a crease right down the middle, but think of the
Hey,
manga.
well,
Hey, it would look like a book.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah,
Immersion.
so they come out and they don't have today, like they're not caught up with today's society.
Also,
anymore.
I'm guessing in that time, if he had a home before, he has
Oh, it's
lost it.
gone.
Like, he's lost so much, and they're only going to pay him, as if he was working, like 30 to 40,000 a year. No, you got to be kidding me. Like, if you lock me away for a year,
Yeah. I want 600 grand.
I want probably more than that because you've already screwed up my life at this point. Like, what's the chance of me getting my job back?
Well, the other thing is
What's
that everything from that
Yeah.
once they let him out, they're like, "Hey, we're sorry, we did this to you." Like one, he probably has some prison tattoos, which sometimes they look great. I will not lie to you.
You know what? It's just because he's been in there. It's not like he's like.
Dude, 16 years.
Yeah.
You got prison ink.
Yeah,
You think?
Yeah,
Dude.
100%, without question.
If you do not blend, you're gonna be the one that stands out.
You got prison ink.
Yeah.
But his entire.
What if I'm allergic to ink?
Well, you fucked. You did. If you have
You
a
would-
heavy metals
Yeah. I don't.
problem, you're screwed.
So if I go to prison,
You're done.
you're telling me I have to get inked up.
Not immediately. This dude.
But
was
I
in there-
have to get inked
This
up.
I
dude
mean,
was in
most
there
likely, yeah.
for 16 consecutive years.
Yeah.
It means one after another.
You know what that means?
I understand. But what
What else are you gonna do?
Why do I gotta get ink? That's what I'm saying. Why do I have to be tattooed?
You gotta blend in, man. Camouflage.
Yeah, but I feel like I could blend in.
You couldn't.
No. I mean, Peppers would probably be the only person I know that would be fine, only because he has the charisma roll to get through.
Oh, he got a nat. He got
I
a
get
nat.
blocked. I get blocked by a path, and I'm like, oh, hold on, let me roll a 20.
By the way, have you heard? I sent you the video of the crazy thing someone did on Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, it's wild.
Yeah. They're like, what's the strongest build? Barrelmancy.
You just romance barrels?
No, so if you have enough strength, you can carry any
Anything.
number
Yeah,
number
sure,
of items.
Sure.
So he
So
upped his strength to the way that he could carry like over 90 barrels just about. And then he stealthed around a place like a village full of goblins and just placed them. All of these barrels were full of explosions.
Yeah.
And then just set out. It was like fireworks. It was the most amazing thing
Yeah.
I've seen.
So basically, depending on what
That game has been getting a lot of
It
traction.
had the
That's
amount of
Well,
work that has gone into it is
so
crazy.
what's funny is, and I think I said this on the last episode. I subscribe to NADPOD's Patreon.
Okay.
So they just did a Baldur's Gate live stream for their patrons,
Right.
which basically it was the whole like group of them
Mm-hmm.
sitting and coming up with ideas for one character creation. They didn't play as a party.
Right. It was all of them together in this.
Yeah,
one
for
character.
one character.
Got it.
And they were playing it, and I guess they've never played. They never played like the beta. Like I had the release from it as the second they said, "Hey, Baldur's Gate 3 beta is open."
Right.
Oh yeah,
I've
I
had it
remember
since
you
then.
telling us you had it.
So it is still buggy.
Mm-hmm.
There are still times when like textures won't load and stuff like that, but that's because Baldur's Gate 3 is massive.
That's what I keep hearing.
I mean, yeah,
That's what I've heard.
Literally,
is, like,
I've heard people be like, "Yeah, I'll probably start a new game next year."
Yeah.
because of how much they're going to be playing Baldur's Gate.
It's massive.
Fellas,
Yeah. We
I-
don't have the time.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
But
That's the thing. I think I've made the decision. It's funny because I've been having a lot of time to think because my commute got a little longer in life. And I was thinking because they had a sale for like the Mega Man games, right? Because I'm a big fan of. I don't need talking. I don't need story.
classic platformers.
Yeah, just get. I want to press start.
Then
I
go.
want to be in the game, right? But even then, I was playing it, and it's tough for me to sit there for an hour. And I think it's just come
Wasn't
to
that tough for Diablo?
yeah, but that's my point because that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, I did it for Diablo. Like we really got into
Yeah,
Diablo
we
and
went
stuff like
pretty
that.
far.
But I think my thing is like when I start getting busy or like other things come up or I want to do other things regardless of what it may be, video games are always the first one to fall off. Like and I guess maybe because like and that's a good question is do you ever see, because we have a bunch of hobbies. You have ADD, so you pick up hobbies, drop them and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
it's.
But do you feel like you have
collecting hobbies is ADHD's key hobby.
like, do
Yeah.
you feel like you have a tier list that you like when something new gets introduced, you're like, one of these has to fall?
I mean, yes.
And I think it's always video games for me, because it's one of those things. It's like, I could never sit here and look you guys in the face, my comrades, my buddies, and be like, I'm never watching anime again, or I'm
Yeah,
never
no.
reading manga, or like I'm never doing YouTube videos, or like doing this whatever, like whatever we do for enjoyment.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
But I could easily sit here and look at you and say, I could never play a video game again and be fine.
I
Oh, I
couldn't
could. No.
I could easily do
do that.
that.
I
No,
couldn't.
I couldn't.
Really?
Now, if you're like
If
the first thing that I would drop, honestly, is just reading books.
See.
Oh
I-
no!
Like, I'm sorry, books.
Oh.
Books go first because at least then I still have manga. Manga's like quick books.
What
No.
about audiobooks? Are they
Uh,
still in the book area?
I would say so.
They're
I'd
more
say,
in the
I'd say
podcast.
no.
They're
I'd
more
say
in the
they're more
podcast.
similar to podcasts.
So actually, and it makes the most sense for it to be because I look at it logically.
Sure.
What
Yeah.
makes the most sense to drop. And at the time, it's usually the thing that I can't at that moment be doing a lot.
Right.
Working on a car, I got you. Yeah, that's the first. That's
the first one to go.
literally underground right now.
That's the first one to go.
Yeah.
I would never had that hobby.
Yeah,
But the
so
reason-
yeah, you shouldn't. It's a
No,
mistake.
I know.
the RS, I have a catless downpipe, the intercooler with the charge pipes and everything. I've had them for 2 years.
Yeah, just
But
haven't had time to actually. put
Haven't
them-
had time to
because
get it up.
of how
and-
much you gotta do.
But see, that's my thing, and I think logically it makes sense, is because I think up front, like looking at something, the biggest time commitment is a video game.
Not really.
How
It
do you
de-
figure?
It depends on the kind of game.
Yeah, like
Like
you could-
there's some games that I like to just hop on and play for like
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes.
if you're
and
not playing an online,
it gets you out of a mood.
like an online first-person shooter,
Yeah.
then at any point in a game, you can literally be like, oh, okay, you can get to a little place where you're safe and you
Yeah.
can just get off.
Yeah, as long as you're not playing MMO.
We play games very differently. Because the way I look at video games, when I'm gonna play this video game, right?
Yeah.
I look at the achievements to make sure that I can get them all,
No.
and that's how I do it.
Dude,
Like,
That's why video games is the first to go for you.
because
Yeah.
it's a
Take it-
time commitment. Because why would you not 100% a video game though? That's
Because
crazy.
You're
Oh
not,
my god.
Like
you
that's
play video games to enjoy the video game.
yeah.
No, I play the video games to complete the tasks
I-
that are the achievements and get the 100%.
Oh my god.
That's how I play video games.
You weird.
How is that weird?
no, he's like my grandpa. He's an achievement hunter.
Well, yeah,
That's what
he's
I'm
an
saying.
achievement hunter, but at the same time, video games are not. The achievements are there to be like,
yeah,
hey,
the achievements are a
good
bonus.
job.
It's like good job, slap on the back.
Yeah.
You did a good thing.
They are what you call, I don't know, how do I phrase
They're
it?
my medals of honor.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, they are medals of
Yeah.
honor depending on the game.
because you got to think about it. You got to
You
go.
can get an achievement for fucking a bear in Baldur's Gate, Pep. Come on.
I'd be fucking all the bears, but that's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
that there is an achievement.
yeah,
for
I'm
fucking
sure
a bear.
there is.
But I don't know. Like, I always just look at it of like, because you want to complete it, right? Because I hate, and I think it's a waste, and that's what I've kind of come to the conclusions of
Buying
like,
new games, yeah, no.
buying new games and not completing the stuff that I have. So the way I look at a video game is not like, I'm going to see if I like this. And also, when you sit down with a video game, right? I can sit down with a manga. I can even sit down with a book because there's chapters involved. And that's a good stopping point usually, right? With anything. Or like a movie is like a 2 to 3 hour commitment at most. And that's why actually movies are getting lower on the list
Yeah,
of quickly
well,
dropping.
also not much has come out. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean,
But-
that's because of the fucking
yeah,
the
writer's
strikes
strike.
and stuff.
which,
But-
you know,
But
Yeah.
with a video game, base commitment, even if it's like, you're just going to pick up and play Super Auto Pets, I've put 100 hours in. I've been playing it again. Listen, there's new animals.
yeah,
but,
I kind of want to go back
But that's
to
like,
brother, we'll play. But there's a base commitment. Like that's why I always enjoyed, and they've been getting fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer. You know the video games that I super enjoyed? Like Uncharted.
well, yeah,
It's 6 hours, you're in, you're out, and you're done. And that's a story based, and I don't even like story stuff, but if you give me an experience, but it seems like video games are moving in the realm of like the experience is like how expansive can the world be and how many quests can, or what are side things to do.
oh yeah,
there are certain games, yes. That
there are a
do
lot
that.
of games that do that, and it's because Skyrim and Breath of the Wild were
Exact-
such bangers that everyone wants to duplicate that experience.
I don't even want to play those games anymore. Like
I
they're
mean,
not even.
I
on
don't know,
my,
man. I literally saw a video of the new Breath of the Wild or whatever.
Oh, Tears of Kingdom.
Yeah.
People.
I
I
have-
saw someone build a Gundam.
No, I saw someone. It's like they had Ultra Instinct
Yeah.
because literally there's like a. So you know, in Breath of the Wild, there's the big dragons that fly around.
Yes.
There's also apparently smaller dragons that have like multiple heads that fly around that you can't see from the ground. This guy somehow just knew exactly where it was going to be. Used like a catapult thing that he set up himself to fling himself into the sky above it. And destroyed this thing before it ever had a chance to even do a single attack. And I was just like, sir, what are you reading
Too
the
many
code?
hours.
Like,
Too many hours.
But that's the thing. How many hours did he have to put in there? And
to
like,
do that.
there are
and how do
people-
people? I guess they prioritize.
So
though,
there
right?
are.
I mean,
there-
it's people that just enjoy doing shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like, that's their thing.
There's
Like, we
also
got too many things.
That's the problem.
we
yeah.
do.
There's also a building mechanic in Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, yes.
Which-
Which Gundams.
Brother, I saw someone build a fucking mecha suit and just walk through a village,
I saw
just
someone-
destroying everything.
I saw someone build the Batmobile, and whenever the Batmobile broke down, it turned into the motorcycle. Just kept going.
I saw someone build like a full fleet of like jets.
Yeah.
Like they would they flew it across an area where like
I
a
saw that
boss
too.
monster was, and each one of the jets was dropping bombs down on the area.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
I would be more interested in that if I didn't have to.
Build it yourself.
No, building it itself. If that was part of the game,
That is
but
fun.
but slogging through to get to there.
That's fair, I guess.
You
I
get what
mean,
I'm saying?
dude,
Like
I don't
all that
know.
shit sounds fucking fun.
Breath of the Wild can be beat in, what was it?
Yeah,
Like 6
speed
minutes?
runners. But
Yeah,
how
but
many
I mean,
hours?
what is it that they do for that? Don't they like they get the thing and then they just catapult themselves using the powers
Well,
to the
no,
castle
they
to
use-
kill Ganon?
No, they use the shield and bounce off of an enemy's head, and it just makes you shoot across the whole map.
Yeah, and
It's a
like,
glorious, beautiful thing that someone accidentally somehow found.
yeah, and it shoots you across the map to like the basement of the castle, past
Oh,
the boss
not
encounter.
even the basement. Like, literally, they were halfway to the top.
Yeah, or wherever it is, and it's literally like it shoots you past the boss encounter to the very end of the game, where it's like, oh, you've completed everything. It's like, huh?
Yeah,
Could you imagine if you did that?
I tried to play Breath of the Wild. Never beat it. Right? Played it when it first came out.
Yeah.
Because the only Zelda game I've ever beaten is Wind Waker. I liked
one.
I
love
liked
Wind
Wind
Waker.
Waker a lot.
Did you get everything?
No.
Oh,
Majora's
didn't.
Mask
That
is
is-
another really good one.
I think that's the one Zelda game that I actually
Yeah.
made sure to get everything.
You want to know
because-
why? They didn't
why?
have achievements.
Oh.
If they
Well,
had a list.
Wait, they
that
did have the one achievement though. If you got everything, if you started a new save, your character looked different. Like
Here's the thing.
that's the only achievement.
I don't want cosmetics. I want something to pop in the corner of the screen and say I want allotment of
You
points.
want a little trophy.
That's right. A trophy that's a platinum and or gold, bronze, silver, or a point allocation of the task. That's what I want. But my thing
He's
is this.
built weird.
Fucking savage. No, he's built. I know how he's built. The Xbox did this to him.
Xbox 360
Yeah,
is
100%.
the best
It's the
video
culprit.
game console to ever exist.
No,
You're
PlayStation
wrong,
2,
but okay.
bro.
No.
Yeah.
I will fight this to tooth and nail. The 360 is, to me, the quintessential gaming console.
Well, allow me to explain why you're wrong.
Okay, go ahead.
PlayStation 2.
That's not
Hey,
explaining.
you agree.
You're just saying something.
That's because that's all that needs to be said.
I think the PlayStation 2 controller is hot garbage.
I think that
Really?
every Xbox controller
360
ever hot garbage.
No,
360
I
is
like
the
the
best.
360 controller.
360 is the best. I don't like that like the thumbsticks are like right next to each other. I like that they're off center a little bit. Makes
Oh.
my hands feel better.
I don't know. I like
Same
them.
reason that like I play with the Xbox controller on the PC now.
Well,
I
that and
love
it's
the
Microsoft.
Xbox. Yeah,
It just works.
I
well.
love the Xbox controller. The 360 controller.
Oh,
best
my
one.
my Scuff controller I can use on PC, but the only reason I would use it is because I've got the paddles on the back, and it's makes my gameplay experience so much better.
Listen, my man, I played the Avatar game to get the 1,000 points in 5 minutes and brought it back to Blockbuster. It was amazing. I loved every minute of it.
You're the reason Blockbuster went out.
Hell yeah.
Facts.
But no, my thing is like I tried to play Breath of the Wild, right, recently when the new game was coming out. I was like, let me give it another shot. Maybe it's my thing.
Yeah.
And because all that stuff sounds cool.
Did you sell your Switch directly after playing this?
100%.
Oh my god.
But so I tried to play it because you watch those videos and it's super fucking neat and cool and all that stuff. But But my problem is this. Zelda games, and a lot of, I think, in my opinion, I know I'm probably going to get some hate and shit like that, but in my opinion, games don't ramp up to what you're talking about fast enough. That's my problem, is because, like, he comes out of the cave and then you're swinging your sword. And the other thing that I absolutely hate, I know it's a design and people love it. Same reason I hate Minecraft, same reason. There are not missions. They're not goals. It's quests. There's not, like, you need to go here to do this thing. It's all...
Well, you liked Final Fantasy for that reason. The MMO.
The MMO.
That we all played for like 2 weeks straight. You would get excited to get on.
Every once in a while, but again, it's the time commitment of the thing of like, yeah, I don't, but also it started getting repetitive. But my thing is I will always gravitate towards a game that in the right-hand corner of the screen, it says, go do this, go get it done.
So,
and I also think those games are made better because the people that are creating those games have a goal and they can make it the best experience it can be.
So I think you would enjoy Baldur's Gate then. You enjoyed Final Fantasy and you enjoyed
Here's my
Diablo.
thing. There's no way in the world the life that I live now that I even have 100 hours I can give to something.
You don't have to give 100 hours to something.
I want all the achievements.
Peppers,
Tristan.
let me explain something to you.
Yes.
Let me explain.
Okay.
This is in order to help you not feel overwhelmed with needing to get the achievements.
Sure.
Get on with the boys.
Yeah.
You play for an hour or two tops. You don't get overwhelmed with the game at that point, and you can still get a lot done in an hour.
Yeah,
Baldur's Gate, it's not like it takes 2 goddamn hours to get out of the tutorial. The tutorial is the first mission when you're on the ship, then you're out. You get the world opens up.
I understand that, and you know what? Logically, it makes a lot of sense.
I know it does.
But let me tell you how my brain works. Okay, you ready for this? Get a little deep.
There's 100 hours to play, and I had to do it right away.
As fast as humanly possible. Yeah. Like
I know how your brain works.
I don't know why I'm designed like that, but it is the same reason of like, and I think that's why I enjoy reading manga, and like that's why it's clicked with me so much, is because you can sit down and read a volume and
you can
and close it.
You know what
15
the difference
minutes.
is here? You and I grew up playing video games very differently than he did.
Speaking of, I actually watched an anime that like made me think of this recently because I'm gonna have to watch the sword art of it all.
That was beautiful that I didn't even know that I was helping him.
Yeah, you see that transition?
That was a great transition. Thank you for calling it out.
If you call it out, it makes it better.
Yeah, it does. But
and also like 30 minutes in this podcast, they're like, "Is this an anime podcast or what the fuck are they talking
about?" I've said multiple times, we're an otaku podcast.
Yeah. But now that we've ruined the transition,
thank you. I'm so good.
Hey, we have to.
That's right.
Like physically,
we're required.
I see it in the right-hand corner of the screen. Ruin the transition.
No, but
it just got checked off.
There is never a time in any episode of this fucking podcast where we have transitioned and one of us hasn't been like, hey, man.
Good transition. Hey, you know why? Because we like to give props when props are deserved.
Exactly.
Like achievements. Anyway, Rex, go ahead.
So, I should have been watching Sword Art Online, but...
I should have been watching JoJo's.
Yeah.
I should have been watching Hunter x Hunter.
But I ended up watching My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999.
I almost started this.
So I started it on accident because I couldn't read the Japanese title. And I was like,
this looks good.
I'll see what the heck it is. Like, might as well. Honestly, the amount of nostalgia that this anime gave me because basically the main character, has been playing an MMO with her boyfriend in which he ended up finding someone else in the game that he fell in love with and dumped her.
Oof.
Big oof.
Ugh.
And,
we haven't all been there.
Yeah, she's a college student in which she takes it pretty harshly. And she tries to do the thing that I feel like a lot of people do after they break up, end up getting broken up with, which is show the other person what they lost.
Oh, no.
So
she did the she's all that.
Basically, she
took off the glasses.
She tried to. So she went to there was a event going on for the game that they played, and she was like, I know he'll be here. So she like dressed up super nice and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it did not go well.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And that's basically where she ends up meeting this guy named Yamada, which honestly, it's really a nice little anime. Like,
Oh.
I don't know if you'll enjoy it because you didn't like Horimiyu a whole lot, and it's very
Poopy.
it's very much centralized around like a main cast.
Doesn't every time we bring that up, it just kills our algorithm?
Yeah, it does. Well, no,
'Cause-
actually, our Horimiyu episode did one of the best numbers.
Yeah,
we did.
no, but what I mean is like you and I are like, that's all right, and then Pep's just like, nah,
That guy.
Poop.
that guy.
But
Poop out the butt.
anyways, this anime,
People order our patties. I hear you.
Yeah, exactly. He gets it.
yeah, this anime did a really good job of like depicting what like I guess getting introduced to MMO actually is like.
Yeah.
So
And-
what is like Yamada-kun? Is he just like brand new to the game?
No, he's a fucking beast.
Okay, so
he's
he's
a,
level 999.
yeah, he's a savage at all games.
Okay.
Kirito.
Like,
He's the Kirito of the situation.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Except unlike Kirito, who has a actually
Harem
no,
of women.
he does actually have a horde of
Oh,
women,
see,
but
there you go.
he doesn't want any of them. He doesn't care about them.
Okay, go ahead.
Opposite of Kirito to a degree.
No, Kirito
wants
Asuna.
Asuna.
Well, yeah.
The only one he has any like he doesn't even realize that all of the other women in his group are like in love. He's so oblivious to
Yeah.
it all.
That's kind of how this guy is.
Even though
but
he
it's
should have
actually
went with Gun Gale Girl.
Sinon.
Sion, yeah.
Easily best one.
We all agree here.
Easily best one.
we all agree here.
Eh.
What?
We'll talk about it
But anyway,
when he gets caught up. But what? That's crazy.
I'm guessing Alicization.
You're talking
Uh,
about Alice. If
no.
you think Alice,
No,
that's
she's an android.
that's
That's
crazy.
That's like
she
that
comes
episode
in a
of
box to his house.
I know. You'll understand.
You'll get it.
Okay, I'll get there. But yeah, he's similar to Kirito in a way, but he's actually more believable as being more aloof because I don't know the way they actually tell his backstory and like explain why he is the way he is. It makes sense. But the thing that I actually liked about it is the consistency of their guild is actually very similar to basically my experience playing like Ragnarok Online.
You've been
Or-
playing that again, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, I did because of this fucking
I
anime.
was on like my Discord the other day, and
I
I
played
saw Zaylotus. Ragnarok Online. I said, "Oh no, he's getting back into it." I said,
Yeah.
"It begins."
I played it for like an hour or two. Well, actually, it probably says I played for like 7 hours because my
left it
brother.
on?
Yeah, I just walked out the room because I figured it would kick me off because
Yeah.
that's how No, it doesn't do that anymore.
Oh no.
It just leaves you. Which my brother was like, "You've been playing Ragnarok again?" And I was like, "No, actually, I haven't. Like, I logged in, but I had to walk away. I just got back to my computer." And he was like, "It says you've been playing for like 4 hours." I was like, "No, it's just been sitting in the main town," which is very funny because the music is so stuck in my head from that game.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
It hit the nostalgia.
Yeah, it hit the nostalgia like
loop.
perfectly. But
We signed up for that beta. They're coming out with another one.
well, it's like a mobile / PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that great from what I can tell.
Well, good. I don't have to worry about it.
Good.
Because I was like, yeah, I'll play it with you.
I mean, you said you'd play Baldur's Gate for like a live stream episode.
I
for
would.
us.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. I'll also do the D&D.
Yeah, that's for content.
That's
though.
for content.
content.
It's different.
That's not gaming.
That's different.
But
Content life, my personal life, very different.
but I will say that anime is a nice little romance anime. Like if you want to give it a shot, it's not a watakoi because it doesn't have like
Damn.
It doesn't have references out the wazoo, but the characters are pretty interesting. It does actually. I didn't know there was a Japanese term for people that did this as far as playing MMOs, but like when a guy makes a female character and like comes up with a female persona,
Yeah.
there's apparently a term for that. I just never knew. So I learned a thing.
Oh, teaching you. That's
Yeah.
what anime is about.
Yeah.
Teaching.
Well, what's funny is any game I've ever played ever,
Were you
except
that
for
guy?
like Pokemon, I always make a female character.
I figured.
I mean, literally, my character in Diablo is the female.
Yeah.
And I
mean-
think it has something to do with like back in the day, there was like an old theory that female characters had smaller hitboxes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a thing.
It was your
for
gamer
something.
kicking in. You're
Yeah.
like, I need that smaller hitbox.
I need the smaller hitbox, so I usually would
Yeah, but
play
you-
a female character.
You don't like create a persona around that.
No,
though.
absolutely
Yeah,
not.
So you don't fit into the category that they.
Like, literally in Division, I have a female character. Like Dalton was looking at it, I was like, damn, why'd you build a female character? I said, I don't know. I always make female characters in video games.
And I
like-
just make the biggest.
I also think the cosmetics for the female characters are better.
I always pick the tallest.
Cosmetics sometimes are better, in which you know, like for the Rogue and Diablo, I
Mhm.
think female characters do definitely have better armor and shit.
I think male characters just it's way too clunky. Some of the cosmetics just look too bulky.
sometimes.
I made a rogue.
Did you?
Yeah, that I never really played because I was gonna play it for the season 1.
Yeah.
So I made one.
And then season 1 was a total flop.
I just hadn't hopped on, and now it's been too late.
You
but-
and I think 90% of the player base of Diablo 4.
all right.
I mean, yeah, because Baldur's Gate and also because of the changes they made as
Well,
far as
yeah.
slowing down the game.
But I also named him not Green Arrow.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Not Oliver.
Not Oliver. Just,
That-
I forgot. It's like not Green Arrow or not Hawkeye. I picked one of the two, and I,
I
can't
think it might have
remember.
been Hawkeye.
Yeah. So yeah, you know that's what we've been doing. But do you guys want to agree or disagree?
Oh God, we're doing this again.
Transition. When I call it out like that, it's better.
Yeah, it is.
Now, if you just do this number, like just this, and then it just does a slide. Real
All right,
quick,
hold on. Transition. Probably
it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna work.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna actually do it.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll cut this part out.
How many of those have you actually cut out in the last like 16 episodes?
Fucking none.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He brings our agree or disagree posters back.
Pass
with
those
him.
down, please. Pass those
Thank you,
down.
thank you.
Take
Oh
one,
god,
pass it
paper
down.
cut. I'm doomed.
Take one, pass it down.
Pass it down. Pass it down.
Well, I'm the last one.
Pass
so
it down. These are.
We're doing this again.
We're doing this again. Okay, so.
Are those your questions or are those other
No,
questions?
no, I have. Those are other questions.
Are those the past questions?
The past
Maybe
questions.
I got you.
Yeah, I got
The
the other
previous
questions
questions.
on my phone. So if you don't know, we agree or disagree about some stuff. There's about 10 questions, and we need to remember to say. I'll say them. You know, who agrees, who disagrees, and kind of why. It's called agree or disagree.
It's pretty simple.
If
a
you
quick and
don't
easy game.
understand it, thanks for.
The funny thing is all of these give me ideas for our end of the year episode, which I am the game host for.
That's
this
right.
year.
Remember, it's coming. It's coming.
I wish you luck.
All right, boys, you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
First question: agree or disagree? Anime is bigger than Disney. All right, so we have 2 agrees. Rex Tristan agrees. I put disagree. What? Well, why? Bigger than Disney?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
While I might not love Disney, you got to understand the money they're bringing in.
Yeah,
I
you also-
understand, but they're also not doing great lately.
Yeah. Disney has been
Disney has been crashing to the ground. Meanwhile, anime constantly is growing.
going up.
Also, anime is expanding into other countries. China's anime production has gone up drastically.
Yeah.
Disney is taking on anime. That is proof enough that
Yeah.
anime is bigger than Disney.
But
Yep.
here's the thing.
Anime extends to like multiple nations at this point. Disney is really just an American.
I don't think
thing.
Disney's allowed in like China.
Yeah, it's. I don't think.
There's-
I feel like Disney. There's Disney World. There's Disney World Japan. There's literally it's everywhere. And also, I just read an article that the last Disney movie almost crossed $1 billion. $1 billion. It's called Elemental.
I heard that movie got
No,
destroyed.
yeah. So you thought that, but apparently it went over to China, and the other time, and now it's close to $1 billion.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So, but what I agree with you in my heart.
Also,
But if
you
we-
know, they're now gonna have to pay taxes, so they're having. A
I'm
hard
not even.
time.
We're not talking about how the company is
you
itself,
say,
Rex.
You say anime by the logic of your question.
Sure.
I agree that Disney is large, but Disney is at a point where it can't grow anymore.
It doesn't need to grow. It has Disney World that rakes in $1 billion a year, and their movies rake in $1 billion.
Okay, but then you have anime, which there is more media for.
Sure.
There's manga, which also
Sure.
ties into everything. There's
Sure.
the figures and everything.
Sure.
Manga and anime and stuff like that just has a larger a larger diversity of IPs that allows it. By your question,
Sure.
it's bigger than Disney.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, if you took every single production,
Sure.
Disney has
No, no.
stolen fucking anime stories, mangas to turn into
You're
Disney
talking-
movies.
you're
okay,
talking
wait,
about-
wait.
Yeah.
If
go
you
ahead.
take every single Disney production that's ever existed,
Yeah.
then you take all of the anime that's ever existed. Guess which one's longer? The anime.
Yes.
By a whole lot.
Yes. But here's the thing.
Your question was which is bigger?
Which is bigger? Correct.
And that's even
Financially bigger.
No, you didn't say financially.
Bigger is bigger. I would
Yes,
consider-
and anime is bigger.
I would always consider. See, you're thinking of quantity, how much it is.
And
Yeah,
quality.
which
Yeah, well, that's fine. I agree with you on that.
it's a bigger pile.
But I'm saying if you looked money, because money.
you didn't say money. You said which is bigger.
bigger is money.
No,
No.
bigger is more widespread. Anime.
Yes. Anime.
Also,
There's more IPs with anime than there is Disney.
there is
Also, we got to
There's
be
probably
very
more.
careful with this. The House of Mouse does not play.
There's
the
probably
House of
more
Mouse already came for
collaborations
me.
as well.
But yeah, when I say bigger, I mean I could go to my grandmother and she knows Snow White. I can't
mean,
go to her and be
dude,
like,
that's literally because we're in America. You go to
I
any
can, go
other
to my, I
country.
can go to my fucking grandmother and be like, you remember when Astro Boy aired back in World War II? And she'd be like, yeah, I do.
I got it. I don't know. I think that it depends on what group you look at. I think that there is. I get
Per the logic of your question, whichever one
which
is larger.
bigger. But my thing is, if we look at as a whole,
It's still anime. It's got more IPs.
we're not talking quantity.
Yeah, but you're.
I'm talking about bigger in the sense of like.
I'm sorry, but then you
If-
needed to specify that in your question. Your question was which is bigger, and by logic,
But I also didn't say which had the most IPs. So by your logic, you're taking that to mean bigger.
no, bigger means that there is more.
Yes,
Yes.
Disney World is a lot of money. There's more money
That's-
coming into the company. If we're talking anime, because anime is a business, you always go down to company and or either way, you take it into the account of the worldwide thing. We spend a lot of time on the internet and a lot of time doing an anime podcast. So
Not wrong.
obviously, a lot of the stuff that's recommended for us is going to be anime. But I think that if you look at the grandiose scale of the world, Disney's name still holds more weight than anime.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I
Chief.
don't know about that.
I'm not saying they're not close.
I say that
I'm
with the
saying
simple
you-
fact that Disney has voraciously tried to acquire anime IPs. The only reason Disney tries to acquire anything is because there's money there.
Yeah.
They know that anime is bigger.
I agree with you that there's money there, but I'm saying that they're not going to make as much money on anime as they are going to make at Walt Disney Japan this year. You know how much tickets to that theme park cost?
Yes, I do. I also know that the VIP tickets are insane.
But
That's what I'm saying.
you also did not quantify that it was financially bigger. You just said bigger.
Yeah.
By
It just depends on how you think of bigger. I think of bigger is how much money they make.
and I
Okay.
think of bigger as widespread.
I still think widespread they got it too.
Technically, Hello Kitty and stuff counts as anime, right?
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Dude, Hello Kitty. would-
Pokemon.
yeah, Pokemon. All that dominates.
It's Pokemon anime.
Yes.
Yes. Like, I'm sorry, Disney.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Disney don't hold a candle, my boy.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon,
Ooh,
Bakuman.
Pokemon cards are a lot of money.
Yeah, Pokemon in
you
itself
that.
is a lot of money, my boy.
Pokemon, I think is legitimately the highest.
Also, technically, would Mario be
Yes.
anime? Yeah, because they had a.
Well, it's not really
was a
anime,
cartoon.
but yeah.
But I mean, you would win on Pokemon alone because Pokemon is the biggest.
There's not a kid. There's not a kid in the modern world that doesn't know what Pokemon is.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
There are kids that don't know who Snow White is.
and I think they did some
Well-
type of.
So are you changing your answer now?
No,
The Pokemon of it all should have been enough.
The Pokemon's a good one because Pokemon, I think that company, because the Pokemon company does make a ton of fucking money
Dude, they make the most.
with Pokemon Go and Pokemon cards and everything. So if we're considering Pokemon anime,
It is.
It is.
then yes. All right, next question.
Good job, my boy.
We did it.
Pokemon. You can't. It's Pokemon. You can't deny Pokemon.
Well, I think that you overlooked that when you made your decision.
Yeah, I didn't think of Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's fair. Technically, you didn't think of Pokemon until you got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
work-
Okay.
we were working.
Next question. Shonen anime is the weakest genre of anime.
Like, what do you mean by that?
So what I mean is like when I say weakest genre
Uh-huh.
is you can either take it as like most predictable, so less interesting to watch, or you can take it as, the story's not as good. It's what I mean when I say weakest genre, I just mean like if you're more interested, not saying that there are, but you're more interested for good animes to be a different genre than just shonen genre. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does it make sense to me?
The way you explained it.
Yes, what I just explained.
Yes, then I would agree.
I also agree.
Yeah.
I disagree only because yes, you're saying that, but it's because of the amount of shonen that exist. Yes, there's a bunch of bland series out there, but there are also shonens that have depths that are crazy, like Full Metal Alchemist, which you won't read. That's what the
Full
challenge
Metal
should
Alchemist
have
is
been.
a seinen, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's shonen.
I understand, and I'm not saying there's not great shonen out there, but I think that if someone gave me a blank check, like a blank thought.
The other thing is shonen. We've gone over this multiple times.
Yeah.
It follows
Demon
almost
Inside.
always the same
Parents are dead.
blueprint. Parents.
Well, yes, there is a blueprint. You're not wrong, but that's true.
Family
for-
dead. Demon inside.
Yeah, and we can't think of the third one. If you go back to the episode that we thought of this, you'll find it. No, I'm with you, but I think like if someone gave me an anime studio and said you can make whatever you want, I think I would be more interested in a different genre with a really cool animation and cool story.
Okay,
Yeah.
I agree with you on that, only because of the mass-produced amount of shonen, but
I think
there are
weakest-
gems.
A good shonen is a good shonen.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I think
you get heights that you don't get elsewhere.
They punch that guy real fucking
saying
good.
weakest genre is probably the wrong way to word
I
the
maybe
question.
phrased it wrong.
Yeah.
I think that a better phrasing for the question would be like the least interesting genre,
Sure.
maybe, because
Sure,
like
that, and that's kind of
least
what I'm...
original.
At
least
least original. That's kind of what I meant by the
Yeah,
question.
I don't-
Because
So.
shonen, I completely agree. They do copy so
Yeah,
much
like-
from each other.
based off of your initial question or the way your explanation, I would
Yeah.
agree. Based off of your question as
Yeah.
written, I would
The
disagree.
reason I wrote it that way is because shonen's all about power, and that's why I put weakest. Because there's
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's
clever.
wild? I saw a scene from the new Rurouni Kenshin.
Mhm.
The animation actually looked good for one thing. I was like, if only it wasn't shit.
Yeah, as long as if it didn't fucking.
Oh, so it fell off.
I refuse to watch it at this point.
Fair.
Is that something you guys talked about in one of the episodes where I wasn't here?
What, Rurouni Kenshin?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. I think
Maybe.
we did talk about it a
Possible.
little.
All right, next question. Animation is more important than story. Animation is more important than story. I knew Rex was going to put disagree because of Demon Slayer.
Oh, no, that's not even why.
I'm with you though, buddy.
I think all three of us are on the same page here.
Yeah.
I
Disagree
disagree all the way
100%,
around. Disagree.
And my
Yeah,
reasoning is not Demon Slayer, even though that's a prime
Yeah,
example.
yeah.
That's a good example.
Like-
yeah.
But
The
you
dude-
can have a solid story and like okay animation and be real invested.
Well, yeah, because if you think of like Way of the House Husband,
Yep.
it's literally like the least amount of animation. Still fucking
I
great.
think, and I know this, I bring it up as much as I can, Odd Taxi.
Odd
Odd Taxi
Taxi.
animation is good.
I like Odd Taxi's
Yeah,
animation.
it's good. It's great. But that story really drives it. And I think that if I put myself in the mindset of if someone told me, right, if you told me, like, this has a great story, animations from the early 2000s, I'm more interested in being like, this animation was great in the early 2000s. Story's all right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if someone was going to pitch me an anime, if they tell me it's a good story, I'm in.
I
Yeah.
think that's why of the stuff from the early 2000s, the series that holds up best probably is Death Note.
Yeah.
Because it had both.
And the bebop of it all.
The
Well,
Bebop.
Bebop always.
Always bebop.
But that's 90s.
That's true. That's true. All right. Next question. An anime film will never win an Oscar/Academy Award.
I don't know enough about that to really.
And what I mean, and this phrasing could have been bad. This phrasing
is really bad because
there are some that have won.
Yeah.
What I mean by this, okay, and I just didn't know how to phrase it, so let me kind of do an addendum to this
Yeah, yeah.
question. What I mean is, and as far as I'm aware, maybe this has happened, let us know in the comments down below. But what I mean is, can anime ever get to a popularity or an anime film comes out that's so undeniably important, whether it, the style works for it, can it ever get so popular that you see it being in contention for like a prestigious award for like best picture of the year? You know what I'm saying? Like it's up there with all those art house films that win and stuff like that. The everything every time all at once.
So you said never?
Will never. Yeah, like anime popularity will never get to the point where it's in contention.
I'm gonna disagree.
Yeah, sorry.
Disagrees all around.
I think
I'm with you too.
I think that with how much anime is just steadily climbing.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's already precedent set with Ghibli's films.
Oh yeah, Spirited Away.
Yep.
That it is very, very, very possible that one day we will see, more anime movies
up there in the top 5 movies that are nominated for awards. And I
would love to see it.
And
Ghibli's movie that he's shadow dropping might make it.
And I also think the age of people that are getting out of that anime are for babies is coming along.
Well, yeah. I mean, you see interviews all the time now. I just saw one with a football player from the Saints being like,
"Anime's cool as shit."
Everyone thinks I'm kidding, but I only play football because it's a job for me. When I get home, anime.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're one of the real ones. You're my boy."
Yeah,
brother.
And so I think that we're moving towards that age of like we're gonna see it because it's not just for babies.
I also think that it's easier to keep up with like an anime movie than it is a live action movie now.
Fair.
I think it looks better and it's just.
And with the strikes and it being so expensive, we're gonna be in that
era.
That era of it's gonna be the same fucking movies over and over again, brothers. Just be ready.
Actually, I literally just saw a commercial for a movie that was like, "Isn't this just redoing this?" But I can't remember now.
There's movies have been redoing movies for a long time, but I think it's even more of like this is gonna be so similar.
They tried to redo Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with Robert Downey Jr. back like a few years ago.
Oh, Due Date.
Yeah,
the movie Due Date.
It did not go well.
Filmed in Atlanta.
Yeah, I know.
Or around Atlanta.
Well, some of it.
Yeah, some of it. All right, next question. This is going to be an interesting one. You should always wait for the box set for manga. I thought you were a shoo-in for agree.
No. So I got to say disagree.
I also feel like I have
because
to say disagree. I wanted to be different and put agree, but I think it's disagrees all around.
Like there are certain series, yes, I would wait for the box set, especially if you have like the Shonen Jump app to read it.
Sure.
But that's only for like super popular like shonens generally, like
One Piece. I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, One Piece.
Well,
I still think Black Clover is going to get one.
Yeah.
I'm sure Black Clover will get one. Didn't Haikyuu get one?
Nope.
Like
I think personally that
Quintessential Quintuplets did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And don't mess with me, not Miss Nagatoro.
That's those mini box sets though. Like
the solo leveling box sets.
yeah.
I think that it also depends on like if you are already collecting manga.
Sure.
And like say you've already started collecting a series, then to me it makes no sense to have 12 volumes of something and then you get a box set and it gives you the 12 volumes.
Yeah, you got to sell the 12 volumes
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah, and that's kind of where I landed on it because again, I was going to agree just to be different, but really if I'm being honest, I disagree because like you said, there's something about it. Like I love the box sets for One Piece. I think price-wise if you're looking
That's the best way.
Best way, of course.
Yeah.
At least currently.
Especially on rightstuffanime.com.
Right,
We haven't plugged that in a minute.
Hey, our Lord and Savior, rightstuffanime.com. But I also think there's something about like now that I'm current physically with a lot of like Black Clover and stuff like that, there's something about like, oh, a new Black Clover volume's coming out like this month. I don't know. Like I still kind of like collecting as they're being released.
The only ones that I'll collect as they're being released that honestly I think they'll probably get a box set. I'd prefer the box set. Is like Kaiju number 8 and stuff like that.
I
And
definitely see that coming.
That's mostly just because I want to support them.
I
Like,
also think
People are interested in this. Do not cancel this series.
do not cancel.
Started collecting Kaiju number 8, so that might be something that like I would wait on a box set for.
yeah, like I wish I'd do like again any kind of Full Metal releases. I'm a sucker for.
yeah, deluxe editions.
Yeah, give me
Now,
that.
if we get deluxe editions of One Piece when it's all said and
Oh.
done, I'm in.
They're on
Yeah,
the shelf already.
I'm sorry, they're on the way.
They're
will
on
have
the way.
The box sets and the deluxe editions.
Same.
I literally
Same.
have an AI set up looking for them right now.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
that would be wild. Yeah, it has my credit card information.
Information.
If you put fake ones, it'll take them.
Dude, they have that for scalpers. That's how people buy stuff and flip them on eBay.
Yeah.
I'm not
They have
surprised.
programs set up for like PlayStation. and
But it's
stuff
not
like that.
AI. It's literally just
A program.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a click program that automatically, when it loads, it just goes, "Oh yes, buy." Moving on.
Yeah. Moving on. Next question. There are too many anime that come out in a year. There are too many anime that come out in a year. Ooh.
I'm gonna be the only
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Me and Rex agree,
Yeah.
and
And I
Tristan
disagree.
disagrees. Why do you disagree?
I disagree because, like, yes, I do think that there are a lot of anime that
Sure.
come out.
It's a
but
saturated market.
It's very
right now.
saturated, but also you could start something, not like it, and you got
options.
You've got a whole slew of options.
Well, that
There's options for everyone. If, like, say you don't want to go back to an older series and you want to watch something new, most of the time within the releases for the year, you might find something that you like. And so, yes, there are a lot, and yes, for a lot of people, there is too many, but you don't have to watch them all.
okay. Well, I get that viewpoint. The reason I agree, though, is because I feel like if they weren't pushing out so many titles that are literally just clones of previous titles, they could actually put in the effort to make stuff that's worthwhile rather than just saturating the market with a whole bunch of isekai.
I mean, and yet I can see that. I just think that,
You're about people having options.
yeah.
You know, you want the people to
I'm-
have options.
Yeah.
I want the quality,
You
not
want
the
the quality.
quantity.
But again, there are still options that come out with all the anime
Quality.
that come out
Which
that have good quality.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. There are gems that I'm just now finding that have been out for years. But
Yeah.
that's also because you had to go through a sea of trash to get
I
to
mean,
them.
yeah, but you know what? Drudging through that sea of trash is rewarding
Hey.
in its own way.
This is Mr. Trash Man right here. He's the guy.
I
He's
like, every once in a while, I get some bangers, and I'm like, yo, these bangers are great.
Let me get
but
that
then I need a
trash.
trash episode so I
Yeah.
can
He
really
needs to roll
truly,
around in the trash.
I
Yeah.
need to truly be able to
I
respect
guess if
the bangers.
I guess
even
if
more.
everything was a banger,
You
how would
wouldn't-
we know?
Amen.
Exactly.
Everything would just be trash.
The reason that I agree is actually a little bit different. Is I think that having so much anime actually deters me from trying new series because I'm like, if I like this series, it's gonna be hard for me to keep up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna fall by the wayside. Like sometimes like I know I'd like it, and then I put it in my brain to watch it later, and then you know what happens?
you don't.
I don't watch
yeah,
it.
but
later.
like at
That's
that point,
why I go back and find like older series that like they're only 12 or 13 episodes, and then I'll just watch them all in like a 3-day span.
and
true.
the other thing is like if you find something that you really like, but you're like, you know what? I don't know if I want to keep up with the anime.
yeah.
Hey, now you have a new manga that you can collect.
Yeah, but-
I already have so many.
So many of them now are just based off light novels,
And I'm not
God
reading them
knows, I'm not
words.
reading
No.
words.
I'm not reading
I
them
gotta
words.
have some pretty pictures.
That's right. Amen. Amen. Pictures over words any day of the week. All right. Next question. Oh, this is contentious. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. So,
Uh-oh.
I'm so sorry. No, it's not that bad. Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia are the new gateway animes. Are the new gateway animes. Rex already got the disagree up. I'm hitting you with an agree.
I know you are.
Yeah, yeah. Tristan is deep in thought. Dun, dun, dun,
Give me
dun,
the titles again.
My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, and Attack on Titan are the new gateway anime. Obviously, as everyone should know, the big three is not a title that gets passed around. Those are the big three. But that's kind of what I mean by it, is the new gateway. New animes that are...
I mean, I don't even think the big three were gateway, really.
No.
No, like, yes, they exploded and, like, had the most popularity. They're not the ones you'd introduce people to like, get
Dragon
into-
Ball?
That's not one of the big three, bud.
What is it? Naruto, Bleach? Fair.
One Piece.
Fair.
I
You're
think
right.
that I'm also gonna disagree.
So
Yeah.
I agree, and you
I-
two
I-
dummies disagree.
Well, I wanted to do my abstaining with my agree disagree
you're
combo.
Switzerland?
Yeah, because there
Switzerland?
is one of them. I agree
So
with you.
I'm gonna do my old agree disagree combo.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah,
cop
because-
out, cop out.
Because My
Well-
Hero Academia, yes, is a gateway because
That's undeniable.
yeah, it's undeniable,
undeniable.
that it brought tons of people to anime because Marvel was big at the time.
That's undeniable.
Anyone that was into comics
100%.
immediately had a shift of, hey, what's this manga thing?
I should have stuck to my
100%.
guns, so I am gonna go with the old agree disagree
Oh God.
agree
Okay.
disagree combo.
Okay.
And that's what I was. That's why I was thinking. I was like, what? Can I get away with it a second time?
Yeah.
And I can.
Oh, okay.
Because
well,
I can do
hey.
what I want.
That's right. Hey, that's right. It's your podcast too.
Yep. So
Breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
I think that I agree based off of the my hero of it all.
Yeah.
I think that I also agree because Demon Slayer is pretty, but I
Yeah.
don't think that the story is a way to bring people in.
No.
But do you think people have gotten into anime because of it?
No.
No.
Well, actually, when the first season came out, there was, I don't know if it got people into anime, but it did make them look at it at
Yep.
least. Because when episode 19 of
Yep.
Demon Slayer
We
came
tend
out,
to forget.
it was a huge uproar. But
Tend to-
ever since then, it's been a fucking decline.
And
But
then,
did it get people into anime?
That remains to be seen, I guess. Like, it at least got them to look at it.
well, we would have to see the numbers of the demographic of people
Yeah.
that started anime
Yeah.
after the release of
Like,
that
we'd
series.
have to
and
put
then
out a questionnaire for folks.
Sure.
Attack on Titan, I kind of disagree with just based off the fact that it's been out for
Since 2014.
It's still a gateway though. It's still current. I don't know. Okay, so
It's
If
only
I were
current
to-
because it's never going to
hey,
end.
hey,
Yeah.
still current.
If I were to introduce someone to anime, now Bryson and I did do this for Matthew. We did show him Attack on Titan, and it's what got him into anime. Do
Yep.
not get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I disagree on the fact that you just show someone Attack on Titan because then you get it's the
You give him too much peak. Is that what you're
it's
Well,
the
saying?
no.
Violet Evergarden of it all.
Yeah.
They get this mentality that all anime has to be this like
Dark.
all good anime has to be this dark and gruesome.
Sure.
Which isn't the case.
Well,
No.
for some, I just like that might be their genre, and
Yeah,
that's
that
what they
might be
stick
their
with.
genre.
Yeah, it's called Seinen. Let's
Yeah,
stick
that's
with
what I'm saying. Like they might be like Vinland and Attack on Titan. I'm good to go.
What are you talking about? Grand Blue Dreaming.
I don't know. The reason that I put these on this list, right, is because like I've had conversations with people that are not just us about my hero,
Yeah.
and it got them into it.
Yeah.
I've had conversations. At a bachelor party. Not reconnected. We hung out at the bachelor party and have not talked since. But great guy. But he was one of those guys that made fun of anime,
Back
quote
in high
unquote,
school.
nerds in high school.
Yeah.
And I talked with him because my buddy was like, "Oh yeah, this dude has an anime YouTube channel, right?" And he was like, "I watch anime." It blew my goddamn mind. And Attack on Titan was the one that got him into
Yeah,
it.
I
And he
mean-
was like
I
this.
mean-
He was like this military guy, like straight lit, and he loves anime now because of Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer.
It's
Like those are the two
I-
that got him in it.
I'm surprised Demon Slayer.
It was both
because
of those.
I've rarely heard of anyone be like, Demon Slayer got me into anime.
I have had a conversation with a guy. So I mean that's why I think these three are, because I've legitimately had conversations about all three of these with people that I never would have thought
yeah.
got into anime. But so if you guys had to pick three gateways, what would they be?
Oh, they did have to be currently ongoing.
I would say they have to be relatively recent.
See, that's the thing
to
is
get them.
I don't.
There
that's-
has to be a
That's
new
the
gateway.
new gateway.
There has
It
to-
can't just be cowboy people.
Well, you got to
I
think
got
a 12-year-old's not going to go back. They're just not.
I mean, but the other thing is that there are kids that can respect
Oh, sure.
the past.
I'm saying averagely, the TikTok of it all.
I don't necessarily think that you would have to pick three newer anime as gateway anime, because like I would go as far as to say Wotakoi could be a gateway anime.
I disagree on that one.
I would say Watercore is new enough.
I'd say it's new enough, but as far as being a gateway, yeah, it's a great anime, but for you to actually get really an additional 50% of the experience, you have to have a lot of knowledge.
You don't have to though.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it can
they-
just pass you by and you can think the series is good, but it's
Well-
great if you actually get all of the references.
Yeah, but I also think that you don't have to have anime knowledge.
You don't.
I
like,
think you have
there's
to have
tons
otaku
of video
knowledge.
game knowledge.
Yeah.
in
I
that
mean,
too.
Yeah, but there's also like literally if you look at half the panels, they are referencing just through poses
Yeah.
a bunch of older anime.
That's true. That's
like
true.
Evangelion.
Yeah.
I think there was an Inuyasha thing at one point.
Yeah, there
Oh,
was.
I'm saying
Like-
the joke's land, but I'm kind of with Tristan on this. I don't think you need to be in the anime sphere
To enjoy
to
it.
get everything. Now, I think a lot of things will go over your head, but no, I mean, I think that there has to, and maybe I'm wrong. You could say that, but I think that there has to be like when I mean new, I mean like generational. There's a new generation. We're the old generation at this point. And I think that there has to always be new gateway, because you're not going to get into anime. Not everyone, but there might be some that you flipping through TikTok and you get like an old anime and that gets you into anime in a weird random happenstance. But I think it's more than likely that you're going to see a popular anime and be like, oh, what is this? Just like we did growing up.
Yeah, I mean, but the other thing is, like, I would...
Like
Not on TikTok.
I was about to say, like what you did growing up, you mean
YouTube was
one
around.
pixel at a time,
Yeah, YouTube was
loading
around
in.
at 360p.
No, let's see. I mean...
I think My Hero is undeniable.
Well, yeah,
We've
My
all
Hero
said
for
that.
sure.
I
agree.
think we can all agree. I think that my
So what are another two, you think? Newer animes that you introduce somebody.
Full Metal.
That's not newer.
It doesn't. I don't think it has to be newer. I think my personal opinion is that, and I say this because to say newer,
Sure.
you would be like your three would be what, the big three?
My three would be the three that I wrote down on
No,
these
no, no, no,
questions.
no, no. You take those out of the equation.
Why?
Just
They're
take them
anime.
Take them out of the equation.
Okay.
Past you, what would the three anime that past you would show someone that wouldn't be newer? What would you consider gateway?
Yeah, say you literally don't even know this person, but you have to suggest 3 anime to them, so you don't have any guidance.
Okay.
What 3 anime would you suggest to try to get them
Right
into-
now?
Yeah.
Not
These 3 that I wrote down on this question.
excluding those
Hell
3.
no.
Why does those 3 have to
they're-
be excluded?
Well,
Because
I
you're
don't-
already you're biased to them
I
on the
don't-
question.
I don't agree with excluding them because My Hero is a great answer.
Yeah, that's
Demon Slayer, however, dude, the story is mid as fuck. Like,
Yeah, to get them accustomed to, you're gonna watch a lot of mid,
okay, see, that's where you.
the animation's pretty.
I forget you tried to show them just how painful
Yeah.
anime can be.
Fucking My Hero goes downhill. Good luck with you. This is anime. Welcome to anime. Demon Slayer is mid as fucking story, but the animation's pretty. Welcome to anime.
Also, apparently, this last season was
Yeah.
garbage, and I think they're finishing it out with movies
They
now.
are finishing it
Yeah.
out with movies.
Disgusting.
And then Attack on Titan, while I haven't watched, any of it really, I think Attack on Titan is edgy enough to be like, yeah, anime is edgy.
So yeah, Full Metal Alchemist.
I just think
I mean,
that's old.
I mean,
I don't
it is
know.
older.
But that can be your. I mean, hey, it's your list. I'm just saying, like, I think.
I don't
Honestly, if I had to show people anything, Death Note would be on the list
I mean,
because
but yeah.
Death Note, surprisingly, even though it's aged,
horribly.
it has aged like wine. My
Fine
God.
That's,
wine.
that's
Because
nostalgia, brother.
No, dude, it knew what it was doing.
I
Like,
watched a clip of it recently. That animation looks like fucking Reboot.
I disagree.
That animation's not that good.
It is good. Dude,
No,
they
it's not.
spent $1 million an episode. It fucking has held up.
Hey, at the time, I'm just saying I don't have that nostalgia for that anime. That's all I'm saying. Hey, listen, I also have nostalgia for shit. I get it. I'm just saying, I think Death Note, them glasses are on. Them rose-colored glasses are
I
on.
don't think so. Dude, I literally, that's one of the first anime I showed Autumn, and you know how picky she is as far as animation.
I agree. I hear you.
And she was like, this is up there.
But I
Yeah.
looked at the anime last night for a YouTube short that I was doing for the letter D. While I think the story is great and the manga is great.
Well, it's great up to a letter getting removed
yeah,
from the
yeah,
alphabet.
yeah. But I was looking at clips of the anime to see if I could use it in the video, to try to get through it.
Yeah.
And I don't like that animation.
I love that anime.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm actually probably the better person that can say that because I don't have the nostalgia for Death Note. I knew Death Note was good, but I wasn't like a fan. Like I wasn't like, oh my god.
Death Note.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I wasn't like that even when it came
There we
out.
go.
But looking back, I love it.
Death Note.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still a
Story solid. Story
solid.
solid.
Oh, yeah.
series.
That and as edgy as it is,
So-
it knows it's like towing the line and it plays with it.
Yeah. So so in that theory, then besides thinking of another two, right?
Yeah.
Then maybe we'll kind of end this question with this question: is do you think your gateway will ever change then?
Well,
I mean, yeah, there's a huge
They'll-
chance because back in the day, the answer was obvious.
Dragon Ball.
No, Cowboy Bebop.
I'd say if you had to list 3,
Well,
Dragon Ball, Cowboy Bebop. Dude, you're crazy.
I would never. Like, especially
We hung out in different circles.
Well, the thing is, dude, if
Me
I,
in elementary school.
well, yeah, elementary school, sure, buddy. Like, who's not gonna watch I Punch
what
That
I'm
Guy?
saying.
No, I'm saying like if you're in high school or something, no, I wouldn't do Dragon Ball.
Oof.
Zoids.
No,
Big
I wouldn't do-
loud.
I would not,
Oof.
dude. That has not aged amazingly.
No,
well.
it hasn't. Not at all. but
I'm just saying, like, the anime, since I wasn't an anime fan growing up in, like, middle school and high school and stuff, I'm just thinking of the animes that I knew about, and it was, like, Cowboy Bebop, Dragon Ball, and Ninja Scroll. Those were the 3 that I knew
Did you
about.
ever actually watch
Fuck
Ninja
no.
Scroll? Oh, you son of a
It had a
bitch.
ninja in it. That seemed lame, like, for a nerd.
He's not even a ninja, bro.
That's how I grew up in my head.
He's a samurai.
Hey, I heard ninja, and I said nerds.
What?
Yeah, I didn't like
You know when I think about
You
it, a
like
lot of-
karate movies and shit, and you didn't like ninjas?
Yeah, I don't like them. They were in the shadow, man. Screw them.
Okay, what about Ninja Turtles, motherfucker?
I didn't like those either. I'm not a Ninja Turtle fan. Yeah, I say it with my full chest. Nope.
What about Daredevil?
I didn't like Daredevil either.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't like Daredevil either. Mm-mm.
Evanescence.
You know why?
Wake me up
you know why
inside.
I like? Yeah, wake me up. You know why I liked though, like the Dragon Balls and the martial arts movies and stuff like that. They were
Punch
up,
that guy.
They were upfront about punching that guy. The same reason I like fucking John Wick, dude.
Dude, half the ninja stuff isn't. It's like Naruto. What the fuck? It's not actual ninja shit. It's
Nah.
punch that guy.
Only ninja movie I liked. You ready for this?
I know which one you're gonna say, man.
Beverly Hills
Yeah,
Ninja.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah.
Chris Farley.
Hell yeah, it's a great movie. But all right, so
Moving on.
moving on.
Yeah.
Last 3 questions. One of the last ones. The next question is the next question is, will we age out of anime?
I'm gonna have to say.
You guys both said disagree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will we? I also have to put disagree.
I
'cause
mean, okay, if One Piece doesn't end.
That's what I'm saying. I looked down at the sunny that they can't see, and I said, "You're right, brother.
Well,
I know what I must do.
It's not only that though, because
I have to see the end.
I don't.
I need to know."
I don't think even in my 90s, if I go back and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna read Berserk, would I ever be like,
Okay, so maybe I wrote this question wrong too. I need to preface this. It's more of when I say will we age out of it, I was thinking of like, do you really see us at 70, right?
In the nursing home.
If
with
we
my
make
VR
it there,
goggles.
you know, in the world, Rex the world.
yeah, I know it's
But,
scary
but,
place.
but if we make it there, are we really going to be actively looking like they got this new anime or this new manga
Brother,
coming
the
out?
fuck else are we gonna watch?
Fair,
the
though.
news?
You're not wrong. Like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And then I thought about it. That's why I had to also disagree, because you're right. Like,
we got acid rain at
All
5
right.
p.m.
All right,
Yeah.
listen.
fucking
Facts. Fucking nuclear
the
winter.
radiation's a little lower. I think
Yeah.
we can go to the golf course. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
So the other day, me and Sarah looking through like Netflix and stuff, and she's just like, "Oh, we can watch this." I was like, "Doesn't look interesting." You want to know everything that didn't look interesting to me? Live action. I don't like live
Yeah.
action TV anymore.
I'm kind of with you. I'm kind of with him, though.
I don't know. There's some stuff that's still good.
Some, but this
I'm
was
not saying there's a lot, but there's some.
There's
like-
some.
like I'm just.
I'm more drawn to animation as well.
Yeah, same.
And
I'm
I
Like,
and
if
it
you
has
give-
only gotten worse as I've gotten older with that.
Yeah.
Like 5 years ago, I
Right.
was like bricked up to watch, some live action TV
Sure,
series.
sure.
Now I'm
Vampire Diaries. I hear you.
I'm always bricked up.
I
for
know.
Vampire
I knew it.
Diaries.
That's why I
It's so
said it.
good.
You've talked about it on this podcast. before.
But anyways, like now it's like we'll be going through stuff. She really wants to watch Breaking Bad, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch it with you.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna have a good time.
I don't
You
know.
will. You will. You'll have.
Yeah,
okay
you
time.
will.
I mean, because I'll be with her, yes, but
No, the show's good.
No, the show's good.
Eh.
Get through that
You
first
have to
season.
get through the first season.
that's
but-
what I've been
Yeah.
told.
Yeah. Get through the 5-6 episode first season.
But like,
Middle of second season, you're in it, man.
Yeah,
You're in
but
it.
like live action TV
it's time to cook.
Yeah, it's
just
time to cook.
doesn't
Right.
interest me anymore. Like I find myself more gravitating towards like hell. Even I'll be going through. I'll be like, oh, this is a new cartoon. Fucking Miraculous Ladybug. Let's fucking go. I'm
I'm not.
brother,
that-
I'm all in.
I'm not there. Now I have gone back recently and watched a bunch of old cartoons.
Dude, I heard that they were gonna remake Totally Spies, and I was like, "Fuck yes!"
New Kim Possible. Let's do it.
no.
No.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm with you. The more I think about it, I'm kind of with you. I gravitate towards like live action movies in a weird way, but animated TV shows.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with him.
Like 70 years from now, we're gonna be sitting in the nursing home,
Being
or
like,
wherever
oh
we're
my
at."
God, Attack on Titan's finally ending, you guys. It's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like live action movies for me are like comfort things.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Live action movies, I'm for it. John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick.
Yeah,
John Wick is the lone movie franchise keeping me alive.
like it's
I'm
just,
not lying.
I don't. I just.
Keanu
I don't.
Reeves
I don't.
holds
see-
up
Keanu, he really is. He's my favorite movie actor right now.
He should always.
And
have always
yeah,
been.
and he's always kind of been. Point
Yeah,
Break,
kind of because
Speed.
yep.
Well, that man is literally. He's a
That's
saint.
what it is.
Speed.
Liam Neeson is being a new movie, and it very much just sounds like Speed.
No thanks.
He's
You're-
like, I'm in my car and there's a bomb. I was like,
I
is
did
this
see
Speed?
that.
Hey, you know what? Liam Neeson had Taken. We're moving on.
Yeah.
And you know what? And The Gray. I like The Gray.
I never watched
He
it.
punched that bear with. Well, he actually cut off. That's how it ended, and it's like him running towards a bear with broken glass, and it went to black screen. So I'm a little bummed about that, but I do like The Gray.
But then if you watch past the credits, him and the bear are actually friends.
no, if you watch past the credits, it's a pan out scene or a crane up scene of him laying on the bear, and they're both breathing very heavy. The Gray's great. Anyway,
Next
let's
question.
move it on. Move it on. Avatar: The Last Airbender is not an anime. Agree. Thank you, Tristan, my boy. I thought you were going to disagree. Me and Tristan went agree because we actually know what anime is, and apparently Rex said disagree.
No, I went disagree because Japanese people would consider it anime. That's all.
It's not made in Japan.
Japanese
Yeah.
people think King of the Hill is anime.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
exactly. And it fucking is, my brother.
Honestly, I've kind of gotten.
Do I have to pull out my pocket sand right now?
I kind of want to watch it in Japanese because I've heard it's fucking hilarious.
I don't know. I did this as kind of like a meme question.
Yeah, I
but
figured.
so
I
it's not
disagree,
much to
just-
talk about it. But yeah, it was made in America. It's
Yeah.
not anime.
Yeah,
I mean, I only say it because
Yeah,
Japanese
yeah.
people would.
Japanese would say it's American anime, which
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And then for the final question, we will get reboots of popular anime in 10 years.
10 years?
We will. I mean, within 10 years. You know.
Could you imagine if they redid? Well, I think
They
honest-
redo Demon Slayer 10 years from now.
Well, no, I think the live actions may have screwed that up for us.
Yeah. That's a question. We will see reboots of popular anime series from our childhood within 10 years.
I mean, yeah, we will see some.
We will see some.
Humanity has
But-
a problem
No
where
doubt.
when they run out of creativity, they say, you know what? Let's go
Yep,
back to what
yep.
works.
Again,
will.
Speed with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think, and then, you know, maybe as like an addendum once we get done discussing it, what anime do you think it will be?
well, if live actions didn't screw up, I could easily have seen them going back and either remastering or possibly reanimating Cowboy Bebop just
Yep.
because.
I agree.
Yeah,
because
I
it has
think-
too much presence.
Cowboy
still.
Bebop was a solid one until that live action.
Yeah, that live action may have screwed up.
But I
Everything.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Berserk constantly keeps getting new
Constantly,
versions, but they're trash.
They're
Maybe
trying
one day.
so
Maybe
hard.
it
one
just
day.
gets worse.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt. It's got to be said of like, I mean, obviously we're getting close and teetering the line a little bit with the new Naruto stuff coming out.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think within 10 years we will see the first attempt of reboot. I mean, we've already
Well,
seen
you have to think
reboots.
about it. Mr. Beast already offered to read.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think of what would an anime. It would have to be something. You know what I think it would be? It would be similar to the Full Metal thing.
Yep.
Where they did like Full Metal Alchemist, and then
then-
it went anime only. So then they redid all of Full Metal Alchemist
with
as
Brotherhood.
Well-
And that's kind of what I think too.
I kind of think that too. Like Noragami is another example
Yep.
of that.
I think Akame got killed
Well, yeah.
because it definitely did its own thing after a while.
Blue Exorcist.
Blue Exorcist has a third season coming out now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
been
the thing
announced.
that's kind of thrown a little wrench into this question is like, I would have said Bleach at one point, but now Bleach is kind of just doing the 1,000-Year Blood War and
Yeah.
doing its thing.
They're like, forget about the
Yeah.
past.
If
Look
I'm
at the
being
future.
honest, after 1,000-Year Blood War is over, I'd love for them to go back and remaster all of it. They won't.
That's a big ask. Yeah.
But yeah.
It's the
that's
same
a-
reason that I don't think, and in our lifetimes, I truthfully don't think we'll get a remake of One Piece. It's too
Oh,
long.
no.
Absolutely
it's too
not.
long,
It's too
buddy.
long. It's too long.
There are people. I mean, they've remastered like some of the earlier episodes.
Yeah. Well, they've already, HDified them.
Oh, there's some that like they've redone like scenes and like I think whole episodes in like today's animation.
Yeah, they definitely changed the animation pretty drastically because if you look at the original versus the new on some of them, it's what the hell?
Wild.
Yeah,
and which I don't know if it's nostalgia, but I kind of like the old.
yeah,
My brother, I was scrolling through the old TikTok and the whole scene for "I Want to Live" came on, and I was like,
we're good. We're here. We're here. We're watching. Yeah, I don't know. I used to, back in the day, I would have said like Dragon Ball, but you kind of got that with Kai. They kind of did that with Kai.
I would say Full Metal Alchemist would
Full
be
Metal Alchemist already got Brotherhood.
So that's like the example
but
that
that's
I
a
would
good
use.
example.
Hunter already got a new re-release.
And see, that's what I'm saying. I think you're right. I think you nailed it on the head.
Now,
I think
Yu Hakusho, though.
that's
one
I
that
was building
think-
up to this.
Yeah.
I think Cowboy Bebop was prime. And maybe within 10 years, they're like, we're going to try it.
I think Yu Yu Hakusho
But
definitely
Yu
stands
Hakusho.
top of the
Dude,
list.
yeah.
It's on top of my list of like, I could see it.
I'm
I
like
could
looking
see
around trying to think.
JoJo's will still be getting animated.
JoJo's, Studio David's still doing
JoJo's
the
still
work.
be getting manga
Yeah, fair.
in
Fucking
10
fair.
years.
Akira, what do you think?
It would be interesting.
I don't think they ever would.
Maybe do a TV show and get closer to the manga base?
I don't think they ever would.
You don't think so, huh?
Only because of how detailed that movie was.
The movie's not good.
Yeah, I understand that, but a lot of people would argue against
I
you.
hear you.
I mean, we're getting Shaman King.
No, we already got Shaman King.
I know,
We're
but what
getting
I-
Flowers, the
but what I
Shaman
mean-
King sequel.
What I mean by that is like they
Netflix new Shaman King anime,
yeah, that was a remake.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
already happening.
Yeah.
it's happening.
But the one, as far as like the ones, I mean, we're getting Rurouni Kenshin, Shaman King. So yeah, I mean, we've had this conversation before
Yeah.
on the pod.
What if we got Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0?
Honestly,
I'm in.
I would watch the hell out of
I'm
that.
in. I'm in.
Especially if you get the original English voice actors. Oh,
Most
I'm
assuredly.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Terraformers, can we please get that?
That
the
would-
rest of it.
That'd be
Good
nice.
night, pun pun. I hear you.
I mean, we got a re-release of Hellsing already too,
Yep.
Ultimate.
And
Yep.
then,
But that's been a hot minute.
I mean, they technically they landed on their face with it, but Stampede.
yeah, they did land on.
So
their
yeah,
face.
but
Monster, we could probably see a new monster.
I doubt they would do it only because of. I mean, honestly, yes, the old one is 3x4 or whatever, and yes, it has aged, but it's still great. So
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
will
if they'd
say-
ever do it.
I have no doubt in my mind what's going to happen. And this is just me putting this into the universe. Solo leveling, which has been completely changed where Japan is the main protagonist, and not the enemy.
I mean, technically, they weren't the enemy.
Yeah, they were evil.
technically,
They were just kind of a
I have no enemies.
yeah.
Like the meme, Rex. Like
Anyways.
the meme.
Yeah, like the meme.
They completely changed the setting, story, and kind of a lot of key points of solo leveling. And I think that it's not outside of the realm of possibility that succeeds in its own way, but bombs in a lot of other ways, and we see that completely remade the way it's supposed
Within
to be made.
10 years?
Not
Wild.
maybe not within 10, but
Yeah.
I think it would be remade.
I don't think so, honestly.
I think it would.
Hey,
After rereading it for the 50th time,
Yeah.
I gotta disagree.
hey, you know what I don't disagree with? How many subscribers are we going to have in 10 years? Rex, go ahead.
Oh, we're going to have so many, especially if you guys go over to YouTube, like and subscribe, and leave a comment below. What do you think will be remade in the next 10 years?
And if you like us in short bursts, but you don't like to see us often, you know what I mean? You don't like to see it a good bit. There's not a lot going on there, but you could go over there.
Like a distant family
Like,
member.
yeah, like a distant family member. Like, he'll show up in Thanksgiving. He'll show up around the holidays. You can go over to AnimeUnraveled Pod on the TikTok. I got in.
I got you in.
Yeah, you got me
Like
in.
Tron. He
Like
got in.
Tron, I've assimilated to the TikTok again.
He'll probably eventually
It'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah, so you heard my two cohorts here, guys, which means it's the end of the episode. It's my favorite part of the episode. It's the part where I tell you guys to please make sure to leave a review, like, and subscribe. It really helps us out, really gets our name out in the algorithm. We did reach our stretch goal of 150, and that number keeps climbing.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
blew past it.
Yeah, thank you everyone for subscribing. You guys get to watch us or listen to us slowly descend into madness, me specifically.
I don't know. I gotta watch Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
Sword
Ugh,
art.
gross. Ugh.
So I
Hunter
think
x
that
Hunter.
I think really that's just thanks for getting us there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
Um,
you guys, you
hey,
did
come in
it.
close.
Hey, come in close. Hey, come in close. Hey. You know what? I'm really proud of you guys
Hey.
for subscribing to the YouTube channel, and I want to believe it's because you enjoy the content and not wanting to watch us suffer. I'm going to believe that you are good people and not degenerates.
We know why you're here.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Later.